Hey, hi everyone, welcome back. In this update, we are going to check out ICP's price chart and see what is going on in the short term. But before we get into that, real quick, we are going to talk about this very important tweet from CoinBureau saying Vitalik, the founder of Ethereum, warns of a crypto doomsday scenario. In an interview, Vitalik said that his greatest fear is if crypto becomes just a speculation with no real applications, and he warns that if people only gamble, this industry will eventually die. And to avoid that, he says we must build real value through DAOs, dApps with real use and more open DeFi. Now, here's the deal. In my view, he is absolutely correct. And I think we can all agree that he is absolutely 100% spot on. However, this is actually the problem. You see, saying nice things like this is actually easy as a YouTuber. However, when you go on the live chart of, for example, Fartcoin, and then measure this whole move on the downside, starting from the previous major pivot high on monthly time frame, about let's say $2.7 to about the current point, you're realizing that this is about a 90% move on the downside. So essentially, this is a meme coin that lost 90% of its value. So you might say, well, okay, what's wrong with this? It's a meme coin. It absolutely 100% deserves to die. You know what? You are correct. However, when it comes to projects that also have great fundamentals and they do have a bright future ahead, unfortunately, in those areas, we are having the same issues. You see, let's go on ICP's chart on TradingView and zoom out a little bit more, hide everything, put the chart on. No, let's actually keep this one. There we go. And measure or move down from the highs in here to about the lows. There we go. As you can see in ICP, this is about, let's say, something like an 85% move on the downside as well. So as you can see, between a project with solid fundamental and a project that is just pure speculation and meme coin, there isn't really a whole lot of difference. And again, that's really the key. Saying nice things is easy. However, sticking to those principles while at the same time we are having basically in every single altcoin and also recently even BTC is definitely a very tough challenge. And I fully understand if you are right now 100% frustrated with this whole crypto space overall, especially since at the same time in precious metal market we are having some great moves on the upside. Well, maybe exclude the last, let's say, 3 to 5 days, since in silver we had basically about a 40% move down in just a single day, which is absolutely nuts. But I think we are actually going to recover a little bit, hopefully soon. And gold, in my view, is actually going to set yet another all-time high. I guess we'll see what's going to happen. But the main point is still a stat. What is exactly the point of true DAOs, dApps with real use cases and more open DeFi when the prices of those tokens and projects are not really appreciating, and essentially they're not really paying their investors a whole lot, while at the same time also there are much better options, including precious metal market, at least at the moment. Maybe in the future it is going to be a stock market's turn to have a massive move on the upside. Well, the answer I think actually comes down to the time frame that we are considering for our investments. Sure, in maybe a year or two, I think you are correct. There is really no point holding any specific altcoin with great fundamentals. However, in a couple of years, in my view, that story does have the potential to change. And I do think right around the lows, when basically the whole crypto space is 100% hated, you should actually do your due diligence and fundamental wise pick some great projects, not even including maybe ICP if you think this is a worthless project and it doesn't really have any place in the future of crypto. That's absolutely fine. My point is you should do your due diligence, okay? Do not listen to anybody. Why? Because in such times that we are having insane moves on the downside and we are constantly setting lower highs and lower lows, if you do not have conviction, you're not going to simply buy the dips in hope that in the mid to long term the prices are going to appreciate. You can only and only have those types of achievements if you have done your homework and you have done your research on a specific project. Now, when it comes to ICP, again, as you can see, technical wise, at least we are not really looking optimistic, but at the same time, this doesn't necessarily mean that we are going to just constantly set lower lows, and from here maybe we're going to have something like a 50% move on the downside. I don't really think that's actually true. However, we really cannot deny the fact that in the short term, we're not really looking optimistic, because if you remember the last time that we talked about internet computer, we were somewhere around these areas, and the idea was that, well, okay, unfortunately in this phase down, we have taken this very important low, suggesting from the lowest low in here about, let's say, $2.6, odds are we just had an ABC on the upside, generally a correction structure and not an impulse, meaning what? Well, unfortunately, the final bottom in ICP is not in yet, and we said at one point we are going to continue our move down in order to take the lows, and I think specifically I said maybe before having a continuation of our move down, we are going to have a bit of a pullback, but hey, the market didn't really agree with me. We just instead went straight down and took the lows. Now, question, can we argue maybe in these areas we are going to hit our final bottom? You see, you can argue that. However, I'm going to say this, you do not have enough evidence suggesting such a scenario might actually happen, at least right now. I mean, sure, technically, you are allowed to say, maybe this is the end of our wave 3, correction for 4, and then another move on the downside into wave 5, and on a higher degree, maybe this was, I don't know, maybe the C leg of an ABC zigzag. Technically, you can say that. However, do you remember what we said in a couple of videos back? We said if you want to be bullish on any chart, you need to right around the lows, be patient and wait and see, are we going to witness a very strong bounce back or not? And that's really the point. In my view, in ICP, probably soon we are going to have a bit of a bounce back. However, whether that bounce is actually going to be part of a bullish process or not, I guess that can be off for debate. Now, why do I think we're going to have a bit of a bounce? Okay, here's a question for you. In case you are familiar with Elliott waves, after a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what are we going to have? Let's not even argue that the end of our wave 5 is in here. Let's argue that we're going to have maybe like another move on the downside. One way or the other, I think we can safely assume that at least we are quite close to the end of this specific phase down in ICP, starting from the highs about $4.8. What are we going to have after this 5 wave down? You know what? One way or the other, bullish or bearish, we are going to have a move on the opposite direction, and in this case it is going to be on the upside. Now, here's the deal. Why do we care about that move specifically? You see, the move itself is not really that important, and I'll be honest with you, it's not even tradable. What really matters is the shape of that move. Why is that? You probably know what I'm about to say. If you want to argue that in here, for instance, we're going to have our final low, let's consider this as like a very important support. Fair enough. Then off of the lowest low, you have to be able to find a very strong bounce in form of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up. And this specific case is called an impulse. Rules for it are, we should not have overlapping of the waves between wave 2 and 4, and in any kind of 5 wave, our wave 3 in here should not be the smallest wave. And for our sub waves, you know it, we're gonna have 5 wave up into wave 1, 3, and 5. Excuse me. There we go. This is our final 5 wave into wave 5. And for our wave 2 and 4, we can consider different possibilities. Let's say ABC for wave 4, and also, yes, a WXY into wave 2. Now, here's a very important point. After completing a 5 wave up, based on what we said earlier, we are also going to have one way or the other, bullish or bearish, a bit of a move on the downside. And if we are bullish, this is going to have certain characteristics. Chief among them is being slow and choppy. And pay attention, on net, we really haven't done a whole lot in this whole phase right in here, right? The answer, yes. And here's the deal. This whole process is actually going to take some time, and it is going to go 100% on your net. Now, here's the deal. In ICP, in my view, we need to pay full attention to the shape of our move up, and whether the bottom is in or not, okay, that can be off for the base, but overall from these areas, you want to witness a 1, 2, followed by a rather strong move up into wave 3 and 4 and 5 without a lot of overlapping of the waves, okay? This is really the key point. If you witness something like this, then okay, guess what? Right around the highs, even it's not going to be a buy opportunity for you, because after it, we are going to have a bit of a pullback down. And then in here, if you identify the correct subwaves, fair enough, then you can argue, yeah, you know what? This is actually a bit of a long opportunity, maybe even a buy opportunity if you haven't bought this dip right in here. On the other hand, in like very short time in ICP, if we start going down like this and then we take this importance low, at that point it is going to essentially be confirmed, yep, this is just a 3-wave movement and our move down is not over yet, and we are going to continue this downtrend starting from the highest high, about $4.8. Now here's a very important point, because I'm not really sure about whether Bitcoin is done going down or not, I'm going to argue, yeah, you know what? If BTC wants to go down, odds are ICP, and for that matter, the whole altcoin market is going to follow it as well. And maybe our moves on the downside are not going to be as aggressive as Bitcoin, but we are definitely going to witness some moves on the downside. That's why I want to say, yeah, you know what? Sure, in ICP, technically, we have taken the lowest low, and technically, we don't really have any unfinished business around the lows. However, when you check out the market overall, you probably are going to realize, yeah, you know what? Our move down doesn't really seem to be over. So let's have a quick conclusion and wrap up today's video. This is really weird. If you held Bartcoin and if you held ICP in the last, let's say, a year and a half, you basically would have lost the same amount of money, which is really bizarre. But over a long period of time, maybe in the next couple of years, I do think that eventually meme coins are going to be dead, and projects that actually bring something to the table and have solid fundamentals and good tokenomics. We are going to talk about tokenomics in the next video about ICP. They are going to be the ones to appreciate over a longer period of time. And that's really the point of Dominic Williams right in here. Dominic actually replied to this by saying he's talking about ICP and Caffeine AI rescuing the crypto space, and he said, today we have a proven world computer providing powerful sovereign on-chain cloud, and in the last 3 months since Caffeine has been available, 162,000 fully on-chain applications were actually built, with 40,000 plus in production. And he says enabling decentralized applications using Ethereum is going to be the next major steps. Now, I really do not want to be rude, so I'm not going to really reply to this tweet by saying basically in the last year and a half, price-wise at least, ICP and Fartcoin got hurt the same amount pretty much, but I am really going to admit this. It is extremely frustrating to see that the whole market doesn't really care about fundamentals. I fully understand this feeling, okay? But this is really the difference. I do not believe that overall the current situation that we are in is actually sustainable. I mean, look at silver, for God's sake. Let's go on silver's chart, maybe on weekly time frame. Okay, so I fully understand a lot of you right now are paying attention to silver, since from the lows about $20, we had something like a 6x move on the upside. This is basically an altcoin for you, especially with the recent 50% drop. However, pay attention to just how long silver actually consolidated in this area and then started its magnificent bull run. From the highs in here about $50 back in 2011, silver basically was like in a 10-12 year god awful long-term consolidation pattern, and I'm willing to bet you that right around the lows, a lot of people who bought silver in here were frustrated with their investment. But hey, if they were patient enough, I'm thinking they are probably right now very happy with their investment, and they have made a very substantial amount of money. And this is really the game. It is mainly about patience, and also I would argue it is about fundamentals. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in ICP. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the markets, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.